Joining us to help us dig just a little bit deeper into this document, we are joined now by Aidan Connolly. He is a Chief Innovation Officer at Alltech. That's a leading global biotechnology company. He's also a professor of agribusiness at the China Agricultural University. And we want to thank you, Aidan, for joining us. Let's hit on some of the themes in this document. Maybe I can mention them and get your thoughts. The document highlights innovation and supply-side reform. Just how important are those features moving forward?
Because those features are going to be critical. I think the very fact that China considers putting a document like this out, this document number 1, the centrality of agriculture within the document, you just can't imagine, for argument's sake, the President of the United States or the European Union doing such a thing. And of course, food is very central to Chinese culture. But there is no doubt that there are tremendous improvements in new technologies that allow us to be very much more precise in the way agriculture is going to be conducted in the future. Use of sciences such as genomics and nutrigenomics will allow us to feed animals more precisely in the nutrients that they need. So I think technology is going to be central to the next steps we look forward to in China and throughout the world, specifically with regards to sustainability.
Yeah, it used to be back in the day, I mean, the old farm, you just throw the seeds in and throw some water. I mean, it's become a lot more high tech. So training for farmers, I think, also key, isn't it?
It is, and training for farmers will, of course, mean continued consolidation. In our company, we measure, for example, survey the numbers of feed mills around the world, and the consolidation in the size of feed mills in China has been quite dramatic. We've seen drop in the number of those feed mills from 12,000 to 8,000, with projection of dropping that further to 5,000 in the next few years. Similarly, the pig herd has dropped from 50 million sows to less than 40 million sows, approximately in the space of 2.5 years. So farms are becoming much more intensive. Technology is being employed as never before, and we will see tremendous consolidation in the size of those units.
Green development, water resource development also highlighted, and I want to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I really like the new documents focused on sustainability. Much more focus on how to, for example, not just get more from the land, but how to retain soil fertility. Looking at things like the use of fiber, which is very important for dairy cows and beef cattle, rather than importing, for argument's sake, alfalfa hay from the United States, which has been occurring, looking to see what can be done within China for China.
If the country can implement these changes, and I know it's a wide-ranging document, what kind of changes will we be looking at? I mean, for the farmer, for the people who are going to the market trying to buy products themselves, what kind of changes will you see in the future?
Well, Mike, obviously in China there was initially a tremendous focus on the cost of food. Then we moved to concerns with food safety. And I think the previous documents have really addressed some of the tremendous challenges that China faced due to the structure of the system. So many people involved, so many entities involved in the food supply. They have tackled the issues of the melamine crisis. They've tackled the issues of hormones in some meat animals. So those food safety issues, I think, are being addressed quite successfully. I published a paper on this that appeared just last week, talking about the blueprint for food safety in China. But from the perspective of what we move forward to, it's going to be extremely important that we maximize the productivity of those soils, of those animals, of the agricultural system within China, and to not degrade resources for future generations.
Aidan, we've got about probably 45 seconds. I know Alltech has a yearly international symposium, so you probably have a very good feel of what's going on in the world community. Globally, where is China now and where will it be if it can implement this?
China is a very large producer of agricultural produce, but it's also a huge importer, and as such it's critical to countries such as Brazil, New Zealand, even in the future the United States. But I think that China still represents a tremendous opportunity even for sectors such as the milk consumption will continue to grow, the consumption of pet food will continue to grow. So all of these, and particularly chicken, obviously, as it is all over the world, is the primary meat protein source that we will see tremendous growth in, as has occurred from your previous segment in Brazil in the past.
Aidan Connolly joining us from Atlanta. Thanks so much.